To edit an activity, navigate to the Activities module and find the activity you wish to edit. I'll use this sporting activity that I created in a previous video as an example. Before I click on Edit, it's important to notice that the approval process for this activity has not yet begun. Once the approval process begins, it may not be possible to make further changes to the activity without completely restarting the approval process, and this is dependent on how your school has set up the approval workflow for this activity. We'll see what that looks like in a moment. Click on Edit. You can make changes as necessary to information under these 4 tabs. It's likely that you will have set up most of this when you first created the activity. Make the necessary changes under each tab and then click Save. When you're satisfied that the details are all correct, you can click this button to begin the approval process. This dialog appears and lets you know who the approvers are for this activity. You can include a message here to send to the approver. Note the message in this box. Any further edits to this activity can only be made in response to an approver's request for more information. If you make further edits to the activity once the approval process has begun, and without an approver's request for more information, the approval process will start from the beginning. Reach out to your Sentral administrator or activity workflow creator for help if you would like to make edits to your activity without triggering a restart to the approval process. At this point, you can cancel and make further changes if needed, or if you're satisfied that the details are correct, you can send the activity for approval. You can see that the approval process has now started. Now let's try to make an edit after the approval process has begun. Let's say you come back to this a few days later because you want to make some changes after all, like changing the date. You can see here that the approver has approved the cost and the venue, and it's now sitting at the risk assessment approval stage. Click Edit. I'll make the change to the date and then click Save. Take careful note of this message. Saving changes when the approval process has begun will cause the entire approval process to restart. This may cause unwanted delays. However, you are still able to save the changes and restart the process. In this example, the date has now been amended, and you can see here that the process has been reset to the start.